Hi friends, today I am going to discuss the direct tax subject in that PGBP chapter. Okay, let's move on into the chapter and see the first section 28. This section says about the illegality of a business or profession or vocation does not exempt its profit from tax. Okay, it will be considered as income and the same will be taxed in income tax. Okay. That means the profit of illegal business does not exempt from tax. It will be considered as income and the same will be taxed in income tax. Okay. And see the second point. Compensation for termination of any agency or management contracts or any other contracts is also considered as PGBP income. Okay. And the third one, export incentives or import license rule or duty drawback. Export incentive and the next import license sold or duty drawback. Okay, and see the next one, non-competent fee. Non-competent fee. Okay, and see the next. And see here, import license sold not come under the head capital gain. Okay, it will come under the head income under the head PGBP. Okay, and see any sum received under Keyman insurance policy come under the head PGBP, Keyman insurance policy. And the next one, sale proceeds of assets of business specified under section 35 AD. This section says about expenditure incurred on specified businesses. Specified businesses. And see in this hospital, in this eligible businesses in that first one hospital and second one housing project and third one hotel and fourth one slum redevelopment project, slurry pipeline and next one semiconductor water fabrication manufacturing unit, semiconductor water fabrication manufacturing unit. And the next one cold chain facilities, and the next one cross country natural gas pipeline network, and the next one cross country crude or petroleum oil pipeline network, and the next one warehousing facility agriculture produce, and the next one warehouse facility agriculture sugar, warehousing facility sugar that's all. Okay, and see the next one inland container depot, and the next one beekeeping production of honey and bee wax. Okay, and the next one fertilizer plant, and next one developing infrastructure facilities, Okay, these all are specified businesses. So the deduction allowable is under section 35 AD 100% of capital expenditure. Okay, 100% of capital expenditure is allowed as deduction under section 35 AD. Capital expenditure incurred prior to the date of commencement of the business, and such expenditure capitalized in books plus capital expenditure after commencement of the business, is allowed as deduction. And see, capital expenditure incurred prior to the date of business, commencement of the business, and such capital expenditure capitalized in books, okay, plus capital expenditure after commencement of the business is allowed as deduction. Okay, And see, such capital expenditure if made in cash or in any mode other than prescribed mode for more than 10,000 rupees, then such capital expenditure will not be allowed as deduction under section 35 AD. Okay, if capital expenditure if made in cash more than 10,000, such expenditure will not be allowed as deduction under section 35 AD. Okay, and see, capital expenditure does not include cost of purchase of land and cost of financial instrument. In other words, this cost is not eligible for deduction under section 35 AD. Okay, and see, if deduction claimed under this section, then no deduction will be allowed from chapter 68 deductions under section 80C to 80 RRB. Okay, and see, such capital asset on which capital expenditure is done should be holded for a period of minimum 8 years. If assessee does violation, then consideration received for sale of the asset will be considered as business income as per section 28. Okay, and see the next one. Loss from the specified business can be carried forward for infinite previous years and can be set off against specified business income only. Okay, loss from the specified business can be carried forward for infinite previous years and can be set off against specified businesses only. Okay, and the next come back to again section 28, income under the head PGBP, and see the next one. Here, sale proceeds of assets of business specified under section 35 AD come under the head PGBP. Okay, and see the next. Sum received in cash or in kind, an account of transfer of the right to manufacture, produce, or right to carry out business or profession chargeable under income from capital gain. Okay, and see again, sum received in cash or kind, an account of transfer of the right to manufacture, produce, or right to carry out business or profession, then chargeable under the head income from capital gain. And the next one, fair market value of the inventory or its conversion into capital asset. Okay, and see the next one. Normal sales plus commission plus professional, normal sales plus commission plus professional fees, that means business receipts. Okay, these all are comes under the head PGBP in section 28. Okay, and see the next one, speculative transaction. It means purchase and sale of the securities or commodities or stock without taking actual delivery. Okay, if a part of a business of a company consists of such speculative transaction, then such company shall be deemed to be carrying on speculation business to the extent of such a speculation transaction. Okay, and see, if the main purpose of the business of company is speculative transaction, then they would not be deemed to carrying on speculative business. Okay, friends, I am mentioning the sections which I completed this chapter. Okay, and the section 28 and the section 35 AD. Okay, and see the next section 29. This section says about computation of income from business and profession. Computation of income from business or profession. Business or profession. And see in this, admissible deductions. Admissible deductions, section 30 to 37. And next, inadmissible deductions, section 40. Okay, and see the next, expenses or payments not deductible in certain circumstances, section 40A. And see the next one, profits chargeable to tax, section 41. And the next one, other provisions. Okay, section 29 says about computation of income from business and profession only. Okay, and see the next section 30. Section 30. This section says about rent rates, taxes and insurance of building for business and otherwise. If rent rates, taxes and insurance of building for business, then deduction allowed. Deduction allowed. Okay. Otherwise, that means personal, then add back to profit. Add back to profit. Okay. And see the next section 31. Section 31. Repair and insurance of plant and machinery. Repair and insurance of plant and machinery. This for business, then deduction allowed. Business deduction allowed. Okay. Otherwise, then add back to profit. Otherwise, add back to profit. Okay. And see the next section 32. Depreciation. Depreciation. Depreciation as per accounting standard, it will be disallowed and added back to profit. Disallowed and added back to profit. Okay. And depreciation as per Income Tax Act, it will be calculated and reduced from income. It will be calculated and reduced from income. Reduced from income. Okay. Conditions for charging of depreciation. Conditions. And that first one, assessee should be owner of asset purchased. Owner. Okay. And second one, such asset should be used in business only. Asset should be used in business only. Okay. And the next one, it should be put to use. Put to use. Okay. Put to use means if the assessee purchase asset 1st April but it installed in 2nd April, then put to use 2nd April onwards. Okay. And see, if asset put to use on or after 5th October, that means less than 180 days. So the rate of depreciation 50%. Okay. If the asset put to use on or before 3rd October, that means more than 180 days, the rate of depreciation 100%. Okay. Okay. And see the next format of calculation of depreciation. First, opening WDV if any. Opening WDV if any. Okay. And the next, add purchases less than 180 days and more than 180 days. And the next, less assets sold during the year. Sales. Okay. And the next, balance in block after depreciation. Balance after depreciation. Okay. And the next, less depreciation at the rate of normal rate 100% for more than 180 days and less than 180 days 50%. Okay. Next, less additional depreciation rate as per section 32(1) class 2A. Okay. This is the format. And the next, balance WDV at the end of the current year. Now I am going to discussing the rates of depreciation for particular assets. By using those rates, calculate the depreciation in Income Tax Act. Okay. After finishing those rates, then I am going to discuss about additional depreciation. Okay. And let's move on into the rates of depreciation. See the first one, building. Building. In this, normal for business use, then rate of depreciation 10%. Normal for business use. And next, residential building, then rate of depreciation 5%. And the next, temporary structures, then rate of depreciation 40%. Okay. And next, building for water supply or treatment project, then rate of depreciation 40 percentage. Okay, building used for normal, then 10 percentage, residential 5 percentage, and the next temporary structure 40 percentage, and the next building for water supply or treatment project 40 percentage. And the next one, furniture and fixtures. Fixtures means electric bulbs, switchboards, etc. Then rate of depreciation 10 percentage. Okay. And see the next one, motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. If acquired for hiring business on or after 23/8/19 to 1/4/2020, if acquired for hiring business on or after 23/8/19 to 1/4/2020, then rate of depreciation 45 percentage. Okay, otherwise rate of depreciation 30 percentage. Okay, and see, if motor vehicle acquired for non-hiring business, this is hiring business and non-hiring business on or after 23/8/19 1/4/2020, from 23/8/19 to 1/4/2020, then rate of depreciation 30 percentage for non-hiring. Okay, otherwise rate of depreciation 15 percentage. Okay, and see the next one, general plant and machinery and office equipments. General plant and machinery and office equipments, that means mobiles. Okay, then rate of depreciation 15 percentage. Okay, and see the next one, computers, including computer softwares and computer peripherals like printer and inverters, the rate of depreciation 40 percentage. Okay, computers. And see the next one, pollution control equipment. Pollution control equipment, the rate of depreciation 40 percentage. Okay, and see the next one, aeroplane, the rate of depreciation 40 percentage, and books and periodicals, rate of depreciation 40 percentage. Books and periodicals. And see the next one, windmill, the rate of depreciation 40 percentage. And see the next one, life-saving medical machines and equipment, then rate of depreciation 40 percentage. Okay, and see the next one, ships, the rate of depreciation 20 percentage. Okay, and see the next one, intangible assets. Intangible assets, the rate of depreciation 25 percentage. Okay, okay, please remember these rates. Okay, and see the next one, block of asset. A PGBP or capital gain block of asset means all assets sold, part of the asset sold. Okay, first see the all assets sold. In that, if all assets sold, then over recovery, then it will be called as short term capital gain. Okay, there will be no asset, no depreciation. No asset, no depreciation. Okay, and so the next one, under recovery. If all assets sold under recovery, then short term capital loss. Here also there will be no asset, no depreciation. Okay, no asset, no depreciation. And see the next, part of the asset sold. Part of the asset sold, then over recovery. Then short term capital gain. Over recovery, short term capital gain. Here there are asset. There are asset and there will be no depreciation. Okay. If part of asset sold, then under recovery, then depreciation, there are asset and there is a value of depreciation. Depreciation, there are asset and there is a value of depreciation. Okay. This is all about block of assets. Okay. And so the next case, individual asset system. If sale of such assets, then excess over cost, then short term capital gain. Okay, and see excess between cost and WDV, excess between cost and WDV, then if PGBP. Okay, and see the next, under recovery of cost and WDV, under recovery cost and WDV, then terminal depreciation. Okay, here excess over cost and then short term capital gain. Okay, and here excess between cost and WDV, cost and WDV, then it is a PGBV. Okay, under recovery of cost and WDV, then terminal depreciation. Okay, and see the section 32 1 2A, additional depreciation. Okay, and see there are two conditions in that. First one, assessee should involve in manufacturing business, including printing and publications or generation and distribution of power or transmission of power. Okay, assessee involved in manufacturing business. Okay, it includes printing and publications or generation and distribution of power or termination of power. Okay, and see the second condition, it is allowed only for new plant and machinery. Additional depreciation is allowed only for new plant and machinery. Okay, if these two conditions is satisfied, then assessee is eligible for additional depreciation, applicable only first year of acquisition. Okay, and see the plant and machinery not eligible for additional depreciation, and see if the asset is used assets, not eligible additional depreciation. Okay, depreciated assets 100% depreciated assets 100% depreciation, then additional depreciation is not applicable. Okay, and so the next, office equipment, plant and machinery. Okay, additional depreciation is not applicable. And ships, scientific research, plant and machinery for scientific research. Okay, and the next, aircrafts, and next, road transport vehicle, and see the next, residential premises, plant and machinery used in a residential premises, and guest house, plant and machinery used in guest house, plant and machinery used in guest house, plant and machinery used in residential premises, and plant and machinery used in scientific research, and plant and machinery used in office equipment. So, and used assets, and the asset used 100% depreciated for ships, for aircrafts, and for road transport vehicle. This all cases, plant and machinery is not eligible for additional depreciation. Okay, and see, if manufacturing unit set up in backward notified areas means Telangana, West Bengal, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, during 1/4/15 to 31/3/20, then rate of additional depreciation is 35%. Okay, and normal rate of depreciation 20%. Okay, if the asset put to use for less than 180 days, then rate of depreciation divided by 2. Okay, remaining half depreciation to be claimed in the next year. Okay, remaining of depreciation to be claimed in the next year. If power generation or distribution opts for SLM method, it cannot opt for additional depreciation. Okay, now I finished the sections, section 29 and section 30, 31, 32, 1 class 2A. Okay, and see the next one, section 43, 1 actual cost of asset for depreciation. See, depreciation in case of succession of firm or sole proprietary into company, amalgamation or demerger of companies, then the asset transfer shall be depreciated in the manner that such a succession or reorganization or demerger or amalgamation has not taken place. The depreciation shall be apportioned between the two entities in the ratio of number of days for which asset was used by them. Okay. Okay. Depreciation in case of succession of firm, sole proprietorship into company, amalgamation or demerger of company, then the assets transferred shall be depreciated in the manner that such succession or reorganization or demerger and amalgamation has not taken place. The depreciation shall be apportioned between the two entities in the ratio number of days for which asset were used, both of them. Okay. If any capital asset acquired in any mode other than account pay check, bank draft, ECS payment or through such other prescribed electronic mode in excess 10,000, then such capital asset will not form part of block of asset for depreciation. Okay. And see the next one. How to calculate cost of acquisition in case of asset for depreciation. Okay. If the asset, scientific asset used in business after it ceases to be used for scientific purpose. See, for example, the asset used for scientific purpose and it stopped to use scientific work. Okay, and the next, the asset used in business. So in that case, the cost of asset is nil, because the asset used in scientific purpose, then 100% deduction allowed. Okay, scientific purpose. Okay, scientific asset used in business after it ceases to be used for scientific purpose, then cost of asset nil. Okay, and see the next case. Inventory converted into capital asset. Inventory converted into capital asset, then cost of asset. Then cost of asset, fair market value. Okay, actual cost, fair market value. If inventory converted into capital asset. Okay, and see the next case. Second hand asset. Second hand asset acquired at enhanced cost to claim excess depreciation. Then cost of asset as determined by assessing officer with prior approval of joint commissioner. Okay, and see the next. Assessee reacquires the asset sold to other person once belonging to him. Then cost of asset, WDV at the time of sale, WDV at the time of sale, cost of acquisition, whichever is lower. Okay, and see the next one. Sale and lease back transaction, then cost of asset, WDV of the lease. Okay, these three cases are not important. These are important in CA final level. Okay, and see the next case. Building being property of assessee in India or outside India, and assessee being resident or NR brought such building into business, then cost of asset, building depreciation till date as per income tax as in force, assuming such building was used in business from date of acquisition. Okay, and the last case, capital asset on which depreciation, capital asset on which deduction, capital asset on which deduction has been allowed under section 35 AD, then cost of asset, actual cost of asset minus depreciation till date as per income tax in force, assuming such asset was used from date of acquisition. Okay, and see, in first case, scientific asset used in business after it ceases to be used in scientific purpose, then cost of asset nil. Okay, and in second case, inventory converted into capital asset, then cost of asset, fair market value. In third case, second hand asset acquired at enhanced cost to claim excess depreciation, then cost of asset as determined by assessing officer with prior approval of joint commissioner. Okay, and see the next case. Assessee reacquires the asset sold to other person once belonging to him. Assessee reacquires the asset sold to other person once belonging to him, then cost of asset, WDV at the time of sale, and cost of asset, whichever is lower. Okay, And see the next one, sale and lease back transaction, then cost of asset, WDV of the lease. Okay, and see the next one, building being property of SSC in India or outside India and SSC being resident or no brought such building into business, then cost of asset, building depreciation till date as per income tax as in force, assuming such building used in business from date of acquisition. Okay, and so the next, capital asset on which deduction has allowed under section 35 AD, cost of asset, actual cost of asset less depreciation till date as per income tax act is in force, assuming such asset was used from date of acquisition. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. And see the next section, 32 AD. If the assessee set up new manufacturing business between 1/4/15 to 31/3/20 in notified states of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, West Bengal, Bihar, then assessee is eligible for deduction 15% of the cost of plant and machinery only during the first year of acquisition of such asset. Okay, plant and machinery does not include used assets, depreciation asset 100%, office equipment, plant and machinery, ships, scientific research plant and machinery, aircrafts, road transport vehicles, and residential premises plant and machinery, guest house plant and machinery. Okay, these all are not included in plant and machinery, but includes forklift truck. Okay, forklift truck included. This section, investment based deduction. Okay, investment based deduction. And see, if such asset is transferred by way of amalgamation, demerger, then no problem. Okay, but if such asset is transferred within 5 years, then the benefit given earlier will be added back. There is no condition of 180 days. Okay, straight 15% reduction of cost of the asset. Okay, I finished the section 43 subsection 1 and section 32 AD. Okay, and see the next section 35, scientific research expenditure. Okay, here the expenditure, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure 35 subsection 1 class. Okay, capital expenditure 35 subsection 1 class 4. Okay, revenue expenditure 35 subsection 1 class 1. Okay, in this, pre-commencement and post-commencement. In pre-commencement, salary but no perquisite. Okay, salary but no perquisite. Purchase of material, purchase of material. Expense of last 3 years 100% allowed after approval of prescribed authority. Okay, scientific research, revenue expenditure, pre-commencement, then salary but no perquisite, and also purchase of material. Okay, expense for last 3 years 100% allowed after approval of scientific prescribed authority, after approval of prescribed authority. Okay, and so the post commencement, then any revenue expenditure 100% allowed. Okay, here salary but no perquisite, and also purchase of material. Okay, and so in this case, pre and post. See, first pre, any capital asset but only of last 3 years except land. Any capital asset but only of last 3 years. Okay, except land. Okay, here 100% allowed. Okay, and see, post commencement, any capital expenditure other than land. Okay, Here any capital asset but only of last 3 years. Okay, 100% allowed. Here any capital expenditure other than land, 100% allowed. Okay, no depreciation on this allowed under section 32 as well as section 32 1 2a. No depreciation on this is allowed under section 32 as well as under section 32 1 2a. Okay, okay, and see scientific research expenditure. Donation, scientific research expenditure, donation, contribution made, amount paid, then notified approved research association, notified donations, contribution made, amount paid to notified approved research association, university, college, other institution for scientific research according to section 35 1 class 2, 150% allowed. Okay, and see second case, contribution to approved Indian company for scientific research, section 35 1 class 2a, 100%. And see the next one, notified approved research association, university, college, other institution for research in social science or statistical research. Here scientific research, here social science or statistical research, then 100%. Okay, here section 35 1 class 3. Okay, and see the next and last one, contribution to approved national laboratory, university, IIT, specified persons for scientific research undertaking under as approved program according to section 35 2AA, 150% reduction. Okay, in first case, donation or contribution made or amount paid to notified approved research association, university or college, other institution for scientific research, then 150%. Okay, in second case, contribution to approved Indian company for scientific research, 100%. And the next, notified approved research association or university, college, other institution for research in social science or statistical research, 100%. Okay, and the last one, contribution to approved national laboratory or university, IIT, specified persons for scientific research undertaking under as approved program, 150%. Okay, and see section 35 is over. Okay, and see the next section 35 2AB, 150% of revenue and capital expenditure relating to research post commencement, in-house research and development facility. Okay, if company is assessing engaged in business of manufacturing of biotechnology or incurs expenditure in relation to research in relation to drugs and pharma, including expenditure on clinical trials, obtaining approval from any regulatory authority, and filing an application for patent. Okay, then deduction 150%, other than on land and building. Okay, see, if company is assessing engaged in business of manufacturing of biotechnology or incurs expenditure in relation to research in relation to drugs and pharma, including expenditure on clinical trials, obtaining approval from any regulatory authority, and filing an application for patent, then deduction 150 percentage. Other than land and building, okay, deduction 150 percentage, but other than land and building, okay. But capital expenditure of building can be allowed, but capital expenditure of building can be allowed up to 100 percentage under section 35(1)(4), that is post commencement capital expenditure, okay. And see, in case of scientific research asset is sold, in case of scientific research asset is sold, if such asset is used in business and then sold, if such asset is used in business and then sold, then cost of asset nil. In case of scientific research asset is sold, if such asset is used in business and then sold, then cost of asset nil. And sale proceeds are scrap something, for example 1000, okay. So that's short-term capital gain 1000. Cost of asset nil. If sale proceeds are scrap, for example 1000, then short-term capital gain 1000, okay. If such asset is used in business, okay. If such asset is not used in business, this is used in business, not used in business, okay. If such asset is not used in business and sold, then the amount allowed as deduction for capital asset will be treated as business income, okay. If such asset is not used in business and sold, then the amount allowed as deduction for capital asset will be treated as business income, okay. And see, calculate capital gain as if the asset was purchased for normal business other than research purpose and such asset is sold, then short-term capital gain or terminal depreciation, okay. And see, in case of scientific research asset is sold, if such asset used in business and sold, then cost of asset nil, or sales proceeds or scrap, for example 1000, then short-term capital gain 1000, okay. For example, okay, if the asset is not used in business and sold, then the amount allowed as deduction for capital asset will be treated as business income. If the asset is not used in business and sold, then the amount allowed as deduction for capital asset will be treated as business income, okay. And see, calculate capital gain as if the asset was purchased for normal business other than research purpose and such asset is sold, then short-term capital gain or terminal depreciation. And see, any expenditure under section 35(1) class 1 to 35(2)(ab), any expenditure under section 35(1) subsection 1 to 35(1) subsection 1 to 35(2)(ab), except 35(1) to except all the deduction under above sections other than 35(1)(2) will be available to the assessee even if research activity is stopped, okay. And see the next section 35(2)(ab) is over, okay. And see the next section 35(c)(a) rural development, and also refer section 80(g)(a) also, okay. And see, if the assessee incurs expenditure on rural development or donates to institute engaged in rural development notified under Urban Poverty Eradication Fund, then the deduction is under section 35(c)(a) 100% of such actual expenditure. Actual expenditure. Okay. See, Section 35 CCA, Rural Development, refer Section 80 GGA. If the assessee incurs expenditure on rural development or donates to institute engaged in rural development, notified urban poverty eradication fund, then deduction under Section 35 CCA, 100% of such actual expenditure. Okay, if this expense is taken in the calculation of the net profit, okay, then it is allowed expense. No need to add back to net profit, but if donation done, then add back to profit and claim deduction under Section 80 GGA. Okay. And see the next section, 35CC, agriculture expenditure. If assessee incurred any expenditure on notified agriculture extension project as notified by CBDT, then deduction 150% of actual expenditure. Okay. And see the next section, 35CCD, development of skills. Development of skills. Okay. If the assessee is company and incurs expenditure on skill development other than land and building, and such expenditure is done and notified skill development project, then deduction 150% of actual expenditure. Okay. And see the next section, 35DD, amalgamation or demerger expansion. Amalgamation or demerger expenses. Deduction to only companies for expense relating to amalgamation or demerger, deduction for each previous year up to 5 previous years, 1/5 into such expense. Okay. That means, for example, 5 lakhs, then this previous year only 1 lakh. Okay. That up to 5 previous years. And see the next section, 35DDA, voluntary retirement scheme. Deduction to any assessee. Deduction for each previous year up to 5 previous years, 1 divided by 5 into such expense. Okay. And see the next section, 35, preliminary expenses. Okay. Deduction allowed for 5 previous years, 1 divided by into lower of the actual expenses and maximum allowed. Okay. And see here, maximum allowed if company 5% of the cost of project, 5% of the capital employed, whichever is higher. Okay. But in case of other, then 5% of cost of project. Okay. Remember here, whichever is higher, here whichever is lower. Okay. And see, preliminary expenses include project report, survey report, management report, feasibility report, legal expenses, MOA and AOA expenses, share issue expenses, market survey, fees for registration of company. Okay. And see, cost of project means actual cost of fixed asset or land and building or leasehold or plant and machinery or furniture or fixtures as on the last day of previous year. Okay. Capital employed means aggregate of issued share capital or debenture and long-term borrowing as on the last day of previous year. Okay. And see the next section, 36. Before discussing this section, first mention the completed sections. Okay. Section 35 CCA, CCC and CCD, and section 35 DD and DDA and section 35. Okay. And see the section 36, specific deduction. See in that first one, insurance premium paid for against risk of destruction or damage of stock. Insurance premium paid by the Federal Milk Cooperative Society on the life of kettles. Okay, and next one, deduction for livestock. Deduction for livestock, cost minus sale value or scrap value. Okay, and the next one, and see here, deduction is available in the year in which the animal has become useless or they or died. Okay, see, bonus or commission is allowed on paid basis. Paid basis. It will study in section 43B. Okay, and the next, interest on borrowed capital. Interest on borrowed capital. Here, public financial institution, state financial corporation, state industrial investment corporation, and scheduled bank plus cooperative banks allowed on paid basis. Allowed on paid basis as per section 43B. Otherwise accrual basis. And see, in the section 36 specific deduction, we completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and see the next sixth one. And see, health insurance premium paid by employer for employee in any mode other cash to general insurance company approved by CG or policy approved by IRDA. Okay, and see, employer contribution to approved funds. Employer contribution to approved funds, recognized provident fund, approved superannuation fund, approved gratuity fund, then allowed on paid basis. Section 43B. Okay, here pension scheme, then 40A9 as per section 80 CCD, up to 10% of basic salary plus DA. If government employer, then 14%. Okay, and see the next one, otherwise, then taxable. Okay, then taxable. That means added back to net profit. Okay, and see the next one, bad debts. Okay, and see here, bad debts related to goods and services, then written off as irrecoverable, then allowed as deduction. Okay, and see, related to money, bad debts related to money, then normal business not allowed. Next, money lending business, then allowed. Okay, and see the next one, family planning expenses only for companies. Then only for companies, family planning expenses, then revenue allowed. Capital expenditure, then 1/5 of capital expenditure up to 5 years. Okay, and the next one, STT paid, CTT paid allowed for speculation business. Okay, and see the next one, provision for bad debt and doubtful debts. And see, this is also section 36 specific deduction. Okay, 36 specific deduction. Here, bad debts, provision for bad debts and doubtful debts provision. Banks and cooperative banks, 8.5% of gross total income. Before this deduction, 8.5% of gross total income before this deduction, plus 10% of aggregate average rural advances. And the next, foreign bank or public financial institutions or state financial corporation or state industrial investment corporation. So in this case, 5% of gross total income before this deduction. Okay, and the last NBFC, 5% of gross total income before this deduction. Okay, and section 36 is over. Okay, section 37, general deduction. See here, any expenses which are not covered from section 30 to 36, which are not covered from section 30 to 36, but such expense is revenue in nature and such is related to business. Okay, if these conditions are satisfied, then such revenue expenses are allowed as deduction under section 37. See first, taxes related to goods and services, then allowed. Not related to goods and services, then not allowed. And see, interest on taxes related to goods and services, allowed. Not related to goods and services, not allowed. And see the next, penalty related to contract, allowed. Related to contract, allowed. Not related to any act or law, not allowed. And see, advertisement normally allowed. Sovereign brochure, etc., political party, not allowed. Deferred revenue expenses, allowed. Okay, CSR activities expenses as per Company Act, not allowed as business expenses as per section 37. Keyman insurance policy taken, allowed as expenses. Okay, CSR activity expenses as per Company Act, not allowed as business expense. And see, Keyman insurance policy taken, allowed as expense. Okay, section 37 is over. Okay, and see the next section, 40A, disallowance expenses. See here, TDS deducted but not paid before filing return of income. Then if in case of resident and in case of non-resident. And see, in case of resident, 30% of the expense will be disallowed. Such 30% disallowance will be allowed in the previous year in which TDS is paid to the government. But if the payee takes such as income and pay tax on the same and file return of income, then such a tax is paid in the year in which the payee has filed return of income. It will be considered as disallowance expenses. Okay, 30% will be allowed in the year in which the payee has filed return of income. Okay, and see, in case of non-resident, 100% of the expense will be disallowed. Such 100% disallowed will be allowed in the previous year in which such TDS is paid to the government. Okay, but if the payee takes such as income and pay tax on the same and file return of income, then such tax is paid in the year in which the payee has filed return of income. It will be considered as disallowed expenses. 100% will be allowed in the year in which the payee has filed return of income. Okay, if the TDS deducted but paid before filing of return of income under section 139 subsection 1, then no disallowance, 30% or 100%. Okay, in disallowance expenses, second one, income tax, and third one, wealth tax. Fourth one, fees charged by the state government. Okay, and the fifth one, acquisition levy. If not deducted or if deducted but not paid, up to the due date 100% is allowances. Okay, but if subsequently deducted or paid after the due date in the subsequent previous year, then the same will be allowed in the subsequent previous year. Okay, and the sixth one, TDS and salary to non-resident 100% is disallowance. Okay, and the seventh one, tax paid by the employer or non-monetary perquisite 100% disallowed. Okay, section 40A is over. Okay, and see the next section 40A2, payment to relatives. Any payment made to relative which is in excess as compared to FM or unreasonable, then only excess is disallowed. Okay, and see the next section 40A3, cash payment. Any payment made to a person in a day for a single bill in excess of 10,000, 35,000 in case of GTA. The whole of such a sum shall be disallowed if paid in otherwise by account pay check, account pay bank draft, ECS or through such other electronic mode as may be prescribed. Okay, and see rule 6DD. Payment made to government, bank or financial institutions. Payment required to make on bank holiday or strike. Payment made to employee whose terminal benefit is up to 50,000. And payment made to fisher, agriculture and animal husbandry, poultry, cottage industry, dairy products. And payment made to employee who is on outstation for 15 days or more and he does not have bank at that place. And payment made to the place where there is no banking facility available. And payment for purchasing agriculture production. These all are exempt from the above rule. Okay, Rule 6DD is exempt for above section 40A3, cash payments. Okay, and see the next section. Section 40A3 is over. 40A3. Okay. Section 40A7, provision made for gratuity. Approved gratuity, unapproved gratuity. If approved gratuity paid before filing of return of income, then only allowed. Disallowed, add back to profit. Okay. Section 40A9, employee welfare fund not allowed. Employee welfare fund not allowed. Any expense other than approved. Public financial and SPF, RPF, approved gratuity will be disallowed. Okay. Section 40A7, 40A9 over. Okay. Section 41, deemed profit chargeable to income tax. Deemed profit chargeable to income tax. In that first 41 subsection 1, any subsequent benefit arises out of deduction or allowance made earlier, then such a benefit arised will be taxable income of business. Okay, successor in business will also be liable to pay tax on the benefit so received. Okay, and 41 subsection 3, sale of the asset used for scientific research without having been used for the purpose of the PGBP. And 41 subsection 4, recovery of bad debts. Okay, it is also treated business income. And so the next section 43B, paid basis. Paid basis, bonus and commission, taxes to government, that is indirect tax, corporate tax, and contribution to approved funds. Approved funds means employer PF plus gratuity. Okay. And see next, leave encashment salary. Leave encashment salary. And the next one, interest on business loan taken from public financial institutions, state financial corporations, state industrial investment corporation, scheduled bank, NBFC. Okay, and the next, railway expenditure for using its assets. And the next, that means important note, above payments, these payments will be allowed if payment made before due date given under section 139 subsection 1, that is up to 31st July 2020. Okay, section 43b says about paid basis. Okay, and see the next section 43ca, sale of asset being business asset, for example land, building or both. Method of calculating sale value of such inventory. Sale value of inventory is equals to actual consideration received if actual consideration into 105% greater than SDV. But sale value of inventory is equals to SDV then if actual consideration into 105% less than SDV. Okay, actual consideration into 105% greater than SDV, then sale value of inventory, actual consideration received. Okay, if actual consideration into 105% less than SDV, then sale value of inventory SDV. Okay, SDV of which date? Date of agreement and registration. Date of agreement and registration same. SDV as on the date of registration, will be considered for calculating of sale value of inventory. Okay, when if the date of agreement and registration same. Okay, if the date of agreement and registration not same, then if on the date of agreement part or whole amount is paid by account payee check or bank draft or ECS or through other prescribed electronic mode, then SDV on the date of agreement will be taken for calculating sale value of inventory. Okay, otherwise SDV value will taken as on the date of registration for calculating value of inventory. Okay, if the date of agreement and registration is not same, if and the date of agreement part or whole amount is paid by account payee check or bank draft or ECS or through other prescribed electronic mode, then SDV on the date of agreement will be taken for calculating sale value of inventory. Okay, otherwise SDV value will be taken on the date of registration for calculating sale value of inventory. Okay, and see the next section 44AA, maintenance of books of accounts in 3 cases. Business, profession, presumptive. In business, individual or HUF, in case of income greater than 2.5 lakhs or turnover greater than 25 lakhs in any 3 previous years preceding the current previous year, then maintain books of accounts. Okay, in business, other case, this individual or HUF, in other cases income greater than 1.2 lakhs and or turnover 10 lakhs in any 3 previous years preceding the current previous year, then maintain books of accounts. Okay, in individual or HUF, income greater than 2.5 lakhs or turnover 25 lakhs. Okay, in other cases income greater than 1.2 lakhs or turnover 10 lakhs. Okay, and in profession, if gross receipts in all 3 previous years preceding current previous year exceeds 1.5 lakhs or likely to exceed 1.5 lakhs in the first year, then maintain books of accounts. Okay. Here profession means medical, accounts, interior, architecture, law. Okay. And see, in case of presumptive, if the assessee is showing income below the prescribed limit under section 44AE, 44ADA, but 44AD books to maintain if income exceeds basic exemption limit. Okay. And see, books are to be maintained for 6 years. 6 years, or else penalty of 25,000 as per section 27(1)(a). Okay. Books are to maintain 6 years or else penalty of 25,000. Section 271(a). Okay. And see, the section 41 is over. 43B is over. 43C A is over. And 44AA over. Okay. And see the next section 44AB, tax audit. Tax audit. Tax audit. Okay. In business, profession, presumptive, tax audit. In case of business, turnover greater than 1 crore, gross receipts, tax audit applicable. Okay. Here turnover greater than 50 lakhs, gross receipts, tax audit applicable. Okay. And here presumptive, if the assessee claims income below the prescribed rate to be the income under presumptive scheme under section 44AE, 44AD, 44ADA, tax audit applicable. Okay. And see here, say turnover means sales net of GST plus sale of scrap. Okay. And see the next section 44AD, presumptive taxation scheme for traders. This relief given by IT Act to the assessee who are carrying small scale businesses. Okay. See, assessee should be individual HUF firm, not LLP, and should be engaged in business other than commission business, GTA, agency business, professional business. Okay. Income chargeable to PGBP head, turnover into 6%. If payment is received by account payee check or account payee draft or through ECS or through such other prescribed electronic mode. Okay. And turnover into 8% if payment received in any mode other than this case. Okay. For opting this scheme, presumptive taxation scheme for traders, turnover limit is up to 2 crores. Okay. And see, advance tax mandatory. Advance tax mandatory 15th March 100%. Okay. If option is breached within 5 years, no benefit under this section for next 5 years. Okay. If option is breached within 5 years, no benefit under 44AD section for next 5 years. Next 5 years. Okay. Lower profit can be shown subject to tax audit. Okay. Unabsorbed depreciation can't be adjusted against income under section 44AD. Okay. Unabsorbed depreciation can't be adjusted against income under section 44AD. Okay. And see, finish the section 44AB, 44AD. Okay. And see the next section 44ADA, presumptive scheme for professionals. Assessee should be individual or firm and should be engaged in the professional specified under section 44AA. Okay. That means medical, accounting, interior, architecture, law. Okay. Gross receipts not exceeding 50 lakhs. Gross receipts not exceeding 50 lakhs. Okay. And presumptive income 50% of gross profit. Presumptive income 50% of gross profit. Advance tax mandatory. Advance tax mandatory. 15th March. Okay. 15th March, that is 100%. BOA, books of accounts, to be maintained and audited if profits claimed to lower than deemed profits. Okay. Gross receipts not exceeding 50 lakhs. Presumptive income 50% of gross profit. Advance tax mandatory 15th March 100%. Okay. And see the next section 44AA, presumptive taxation transportation business. Assessee who engage in GTA business and the total number of trucks does not exceed 10 trucks during the previous year. Okay. Presumptive income chargeable under the head PGBP in case of heavy good vehicles, 1000 per ton of gross weight of vehicle are unladen weight if gross weight not available. Okay. Into per month for which such vehicle is owned by the assessee during previous year. Okay. Into per vehicle. Okay. And amount actually claimed to have been actually earned from such vehicle, whichever is higher. In case of heavy good vehicle, 1000 per ton of gross weight of vehicle or unladen weight if gross weight not available into per month for which such vehicle is owned by the assessee during previous year. Okay, into per vehicle and amount actually claimed to have been actually earned from such vehicle, whichever is higher. Okay, and see the second case. Other than heavy good vehicles, 7,500 into per month the vehicle owned by the assessee into number of vehicles. And amount actually claimed to have been actually earned from such vehicle, whichever is higher. Okay. And see here part of the month will be taken as full month. Okay. Okay friends, I will provide formats in Telegram channel, computation of income from PGBP and computation of depreciation for previous year 2019-20. Okay. Okay friends, I hope this chapter is clear for you. Do well, prepare well. Bye bye.